Okay, perfect. Can you see it right now?
Not yet. Give us a second.
Answer, because I need to go. Yeah, that's the one. That's the first slide I want.
Just a second, Wojciech. Let me reconnect
Sure.
the screen. Interesting.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Wojciech, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yes.
Probably you don't see us, but you can hear us. So.
Okay, which is good. But the most important is, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
And that beautiful bunny there, Salesforce Genie.
Yeah. So the stage is yours.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So my name is Wojciech Gaura. Some of you probably already know me. I'm a solution engineer working for Salesforce. Today, I will try to explain to you the differences between our new addition to Salesforce ecosystem portfolio, Genie, and CDP, because there is a lot of confusion, especially when I was on Salesforce Live. A lot of people were joining our booth there and asking the question how they can buy the product, what is it, and how to even use it or enable it in their organization. So today we're gonna actually just focus on this one. But before we're gonna actually just jump into that one, obviously I have to actually just provide you with this slide, even though I know in the community it's something private over here, but just to let you know that Salesforce is a publicly traded company. So if you decide to add Genie functionality or start using it, or you are willing to buy any Salesforce product, please keep in mind that you should actually just base your purchasing decision on the products which are available on the market, not something what was before or something what is in the pipeline, or it will be available in the nearest future in Salesforce ecosystem. So that's just me. Yes.
I guess that at some meeting you could hide some Easter egg in the statement, and we can make a competition who will find this Easter egg as the first one.
Absolutely, we can do it next time. I think it's a great idea. Yes. Cool. So now, introduction to Genie. But first, before we even gonna start talking about Genie and what it brings to the platform, we're gonna have to actually just take that step back and just talk about the CDP, which is available at the moment and is already actually being used by a huge number of customers all over the world. So how the idea of CDP came up and why it's so desperately needed by the organization at the moment. Simply because, like, so far, before we even when we were dealing with CRMs, we were dealing with transactional systems where we just simply were keeping information about leads, opportunity, contacts, and some tickets which let's say that this customer logged. But suddenly, actually, what happened is we actually were being swarmed of all the other information which were super needed for our organizations. Like suddenly, even just simple fridges that you can actually just buy at the moment are being connected to the internet. Cars are being connected to the internet. You are using your phone, all the information where you browse, etc., etc. That's all the information relevant to the customers that basically we're supposed to, and it will be super useful to have this information in your CRM. And that's basically why Salesforce decided to develop CDP, where we can actually just combine all this information through the connectors which are built into the platform, and provide you with that super, actually very useful 360-degree view of your customer, where you can not only see his opportunities, what you want to sell, etc., but also all the activity he does across different channels, across different devices, and so on. So at the moment, CDP will actually just, this is a couple of elements over here. We can see the flow automation, Einstein artificial intelligence, transaction database. Yes, that's what we were basically, I was mentioning before, where we keep all this information with contact, leads, ticket, etc. And obviously the hyperforce, okay? But now the massive game changer comes with Genie, because what is actually just happening right now, Genie adds extra bit into this, this platform. So just what I want to emphasize here, and what I want to actually just say, is that Genie is not a product, okay? Genie is a technology which is under the hood of platform. It is actually just based on the data layer, where basically it enables the real-time functionality within the platform. Okay, you might say, okay, CDP has some real-time functionality built in. Yes and no, because when we're talking about the real time, we're talking here about the milliseconds. We are talking here about seconds, not necessarily minutes, because that's what at the moment CDP allows you to do. Yeah, you can stream the information, but it's still a matter of minutes, not that real time as we would expect to have. Okay, so Salesforce Genie, Customer 360, powered by Genie, allows you for real-time flow automation, and we're talking here about, again, milliseconds, seconds, not minutes, real-time Einstein analytics and insights, and then basically that introduces also real-time hyperscale data platform, where every single calculation, when every single information which are being actually just stored is accessible, visible, analyzed within the in the real time. So this is actually just something what will bring pretty much just this additional, what brings, not will, brings this additional functionality behind the platform. Yeah. So what are we gonna actually just do right now? I'm gonna go to the next slide, because I have much more things to do over here. I mean, to show. So the next one will be this slide, which simply is just an information that Genie is a technology addition which pretty much lies under the hood. Okay, so Genie will bring together pretty much all the products that we have, like like App Exchange, Easy UI, mobile, US device experience, learning, etc. So Genie truly basically is a platform plus CDP, which was just never seen before on that scale. Yeah. So Genie is open, has marketplace, APIs, is connected to other clouds. Okay. So CDP, when you think about CDP was purely made for marketeers, to create segments, to activate them across the channels. So what Genie brings to the table here, it allows to share this information with absolutely every single cloud we have. So information within the CDP will be available in marketing, service, sales, commerce, etc. All available across different industry. So now let's just go and talk a bit about how Genie works. Okay, so Genie has built-in connectors, still very similar to what we were experiencing with CDP. That those connectors brings data from every single channel. That could be mobile, web, APIs. You can even actually just bring legacy systems through MuleSoft, some historical data in real time. Yeah, Genie harmonize all of this data, so that could be billion of profiles into unified profiles that are real-time customer truth. So this becomes a customer truth. True that evolves as your data does. Yeah, from real-time personalization, like to real-time even workflows, to real-time engagement, you can pretty much deliver this kind of like your real-time experiences across every single cloud. Now, let's break it down and start with CDP powered by Genie, because this is actually just something, this will actually just shed some light and will just explain you the difference between CDP and Genie. Okay, so what is CDP and why those customers want it? Okay, so first of all, a CDP serves as a central customer database accessible to multiple sources and applications. Yeah, that's true. That's everyone will agree. This is the place where you will store. I would avoid saying this golden record of the customer, because that's not really the point. It just stores all the information about single individual into one single place that could be actually just used across different systems. Yeah. CDP focus on collecting, unifying, activating, analyzing customer data. Yes, correct, because there is a whole bunch of algorithms built into CDP, which will just allow you to do that, to activate data to external systems for analytics, etc. Another one, CDPs help our customers to work with disorganized data, customer identification, and simple segmentation in one tool. Yes, so CDPs are really literally platforms where even non-technical users, and I'm talking here based on the Salesforce CDP, will be able to actually just work, create those segments, activate them with very little technical knowledge. That's why CDPs were developed. Yeah. So because sometimes people are asking, okay, what will be the difference between CDP and MDM, master data management systems? Yeah. It's simple. Answer is CDP. First of all, they are dedicated mostly for marketeers, for marketing needs, and also CDPs are user-friendly. So, okay, there will be some bits and pieces where you will need some technical knowledge, but once the system is set up to query it, to actually view this unified profile, you can simply do everything from UI, including even if you want to query database and create some kind of insights. There is also graphical interface where you can do so instead of actually just writing SQL code to query this. Yeah. So CDPs evolved from CRM, where marketers wanted to collect data from other sources. With the third-party cookies now disappearing, CDPs demands accelerated. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone would agree over here. CDPs were evolved from CRM, and the CDPs will actually just kind of like it's I would say advanced version of CRMs, where you can store much more data. And with Genie right now, you will be able to add this additional kind of real-time option of functionality over there. Now, the second slide is, so CDP, is it now Genie? No, it's not exactly. So customer data platform lets you collect and unify all customer data across systems to create unified profile, okay? But as you can see on the very bottom, so with Genie, with this technology under the hood, this will now be possible in the real time, not matter of minutes, it will be just milliseconds, where this information will be there, will be analyzed, will be provided to different platforms, sales service, and so on. Yeah. So Genie will now be the real-time data layer to the entire Salesforce platform, now with customer data platform capabilities. So Salesforce Genie brings the power of real-time data to the entire customer 360 to create a real-time single view of the customers across the cloud. And just to summarize that, because obviously, this is just the text, you can actually see this. So Salesforce CDP were originally designed for marketers, exactly what I actually just said presenting previous slides. And they were architected, so the way we architected it, we can now bring the foundational service of the CDP into the whole Salesforce platform. With the integration to Genie, we will enable all clouds to leverage those services, not only marketing cloud. And by the way, just to tell you about, like, we were before able to do the real-time things. I mean, collect information, create segments, but really the real-time was only provided by our personalization, aka Interaction Studio before. So yeah, that actually just that tool, that platform, Interaction Studio, which is called personalization at the moment, yes, is the platform which really have the capability to work with data in the real time, to actually add people to the segments, to create a content, etc. That was it. So now we are bringing this functionality to pretty much just the platform to service Sales Cloud over here. Okay, now so what do we need to know about Genie? So first of all, Genie in itself is not a product to sell. It is a big Salesforce strategic objective and start of our next journey. As I said, it's not a product. You can't really buy it. There are no license for the Genie itself. This is just basically underlying, like, under hood technology, which actually just, it's add-on pretty much to Salesforce. Today, the majority of CDP functionalities are not real time, but any part of customer 360 that is real time, we could say that Salesforce Genie powers it. Yes, this is exactly what I actually said before, that, yeah, we have CDP and it's not really real time, because still to stream the information to the platform, we're talking here about minutes, not those milliseconds. And those milliseconds are super important. Why? I will be talking about that later on. So at the moment, if we're talking about demo, because some of the customers, some of the people already approached me and asked me, like, okay, so would you be able to just give us an overview, demo of Genie? So today, really, Genie is CDP. Okay, so pretty much then that's why I will be presenting CDP demo after my slides presentation, because pretty much the CDP is the first app which is built on Genie, which actually uses the Genie functionality. And just to wrap up, Genie is and it will be the foundation of our data platform, fueling real-time Salesforce platform capabilities and minimizing data replication, because that's pretty much just what Genie is. And the last one, this slide is very blurry. Okay, go ahead.
Wojciech, so in a way, we could say that Genie concept is, in a way, similar to Einstein. So, like, you are labeling selected functionalities with Genie, like you do with Einstein, even though, in the backend, it might be actually a different solution, different algorithm, and so on.
So, like I said, I would talk about Genie more about additional functionality, of which pretty much just enhance the CDP, and it will enhance pretty much all other platforms as well. Okay, which will be built on the top of that. If that does make sense.
Wojciech, can you hear me?
I can hear you barely there.
Okay. So you can compare Genie to the Hyperforce, right? So Hyperforce is also something like you cannot buy, you can access it, but every single cloud is built on a Hyperforce. So this is kind of similar concept with Genie, right? I don't know if that helps to understand it, how it's working.
Kind of. So basically, first of all, CDP is the first app which is built on Hyperforce. Okay, so CDP actually just it is, and then also on additionally to that, you have that Genie functionality which brings the whole, because Hyperforce is ability to store your information on dedicated kind of in data centers. Yeah, not only the data centers of your choice. The place of the data would be chosen by the customers. So Genie, yeah, so it's also not a product. However, so we have to think about Genie and Hyperforce about additional functionality which enhance the Salesforce ecosystem. That's what I would say. Okay. Okay, I don't hear any other questions. So yeah, so Genie myth busting. Okay, this slide is a bit blurry, but still we can read it. So Genie is a rebranding of CDP. Of course, this is not the true, because the CDP is the first solution built on Genie platform. Exactly what I said, that pretty much Genie stays under the hood of the of CDP, and it basically just enhances CDP with Genie functionality. Genie is a product that I can sell. Okay. No? Yes?
Can you hear us now? Yeah. So magic of Genie has occurred, and we had some technical issues for like last 1 minute. Do we have some comments or questions? Kasia, you were making some comments.
Okay, so I haven't heard Kasia yet. So
Okay, you didn't hear me, no? Because I said that how we can compare Genie is it's like Hyperforce, right? So every single cloud is built on a Hyperforce, but you cannot like buy product of a Hyperforce.
yeah,
Right? It's just an enablement, right? That works with all.
pretty much additional kind of functionality or enhancement to the Salesforce ecosystem. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. So Genie is a product that I can sell. No, Genie is a platform as well as a brand. And obviously another question, that statement I heard from people is Genie will replace Customer 360. No, again, Genie will enhance the CDP, I mean the C360 platform with Lakehouse capabilities. So this is pretty much just busting those myths over here. Now the next slide would be current capabilities, and this would be quite easy to present because current capabilities of Genie is just CDP platform. Okay, so whatever we have in the platform, and I have another slide, the next slide, which we're gonna go through that, and also I will show it on the demo itself. It's just pretty much connect data across Salesforce and beyond, build single source of truth, engagement everywhere, and democratize big data. Yeah. So what we can do at the moment, because this is again this slide sometimes is presented as a Genie big picture. However, I decided to keep it as a customer data platform because Genie, it is CDP at current stage. Okay, so what we can do obviously with CDP. So first of all, we can actually just ingest data to the platform through different connectors. Yeah, we have a couple of connectors at the moment. Genie will enhance this number of connectors with, I think it will increase the number to up to 160. We're going to go briefly through those connectors later on, as well as I have a slide prepared for that. So through the batch ingestion or streaming, real-time ingestion, we can actually bring the information, we can prepare, so we can transform the data, we can validate the data, check the quality of it. Then what we can do, obviously, we can just, we have our data catalog, data model, where we will be able to actually just, store this information and then unify it, so match and reconcile. This is actually just huge advantage of CDP, because through the matching rules and reconciliation rules, we can be sure that the information which are streamed to the CDP, to the platform, are basically unique. They are unified. So instead of having duplicates because someone changed mobile number, or maybe someone started to use different address out of Sudan, even though he was using the same address for a couple of months, the CDP will be, through the rules that we set up, we can actually just make sure we can make the decision what we do in that situation. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that during my demo presentation later on. On the top of that, we can analyze and build the prediction for it. Yeah, so we can create a calculated insights. Again, because the CDP is created for business users, not necessary for technical people, we will be able to actually just build those calculated insights using graphical interface without writing some SQL queries to query database. And at the very end, we can act. So we can just use this information to feed all other actually just third-party applications, some analytics tool, obviously the first-party apps like Sales Service, and also AppTech ecosystem as you can see. And this is the layer we're talking about. So Salesforce is underneath. Salesforce Genie is underneath of everything. So this is just enhancement, additional kind of enhancement to all of this what we see on the top of the screen. Now, because we are probably curious about the future capabilities, and this is something what unfortunately I cannot. There were tons of nice slides, however, they are still marked as confidential, so I was not able to create. I mean, to bring anything super useful. However, I decided to actually just, show you the vision. I mean, how this will look in the future. I mean, once the what you call it, Salesforce Genie will be fully operational and it will be actually just, working. So this is example of Salesforce Genie. I mean, this is obviously example of CDP enhanced by Genie, where we have all this information about the customer in one single unified view. So through the real-time insights calculation, we can see product recommendation, we can see engagement feed on the right, we can see what that person was doing in time. This is actually 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever. But then we can also go to, and because of it's real time, the engagement feed will be populating information pretty much instantly within those couple of milliseconds, as we say. So we can see over here, propensity to purchase increase, more likely to most likely, was actually just done now. 12 minutes ago, we know that the customer just download the app mobile app registration. Yeah, he opened an email 2 hours ago. So all this feed will be super actually just it will be populated in the real time. That way, for example, let's just have an automotive use case over here. Let's say cars which are connected, Tesla, for example, connected to the internet all the time. Let's say you get flat tire, you call service desk, the agent who pick up your phone, he knows exactly basically that you're calling because of the flat tire, because the sensor which was actually built over there was actually connected to the systems which trigger this information being sent to our service guy, so we can immediately act on it instead of actually just spending a couple of minutes asking, how are you? Okay, who are you? And what is the problem? How can I help? You know what I mean? So this is a massive time saver to have all this real time interaction with the customer. This is another example, yeah, how we can just feed the information. So what kind of information can be presented over here? Like, engagement score, lifetime value, which comes from, let's say, e-commerce, etc. That's all pretty much available over here. And this is actually just view, which I'm going to also show you from the CDP perspective when I will present, when I will show you the demo. It's how it will look the streams. Yeah. So at the moment, yeah, CDP, we have those streams. We see that they are just, refresh every now and then whenever we actually just, set this up. But with Genie, we're going to have real time. So that means that within milliseconds of something happen on the website, or point of sale real time based on Snowflake, mobile SDK, we will know about it instantaneously, like within a couple of milliseconds. And this information will be available also across the platforms within the same amount of time. So the salesperson, service person will be able to quickly see what is going on over there. And also, this is actually just a slide which I want to show. It was presented. It was also presented on the Salesforce Live, Warsaw Live, where basically it's a Snowflake. We're gonna have something called zero copy, which we will be able to at some point refer the object and data on Snowflake. So there will be no point to have a duplication and copy the data. We'll be able directly to kind of connect and just pull this information from that platform. Now, in terms of connectors for Genie, so yes, we have our connectors, obviously to on-prem data and streaming data from sources like, for example, Amazon, and over here, again, what I want to actually just empathize over here is here, input, output, live. So all this information will be pretty much just done in a matter of milliseconds. Another bunch of connectors we have. So we have legacy system that using MuleSoft. So over 160 data connectors built in, page data, telemetry data. So this all Amazon Redshift, Amazon S3 buckets. That's all will be available for us in form of obviously input and output live. Now another bunch of connectors, yeah, for LinkedIn, for HubSpot, for Google Analytics. So eventually, thanks to Genie, the whole CDP platform will be super powerful. Will enable this real-time experience for the organization. That's obviously another one. We're gonna have like Microsoft Dynamics, Azure SQL, Pinterest ads. That's all the connectors which will be available there, which our organization will be able to leverage using CDP. Okay, and then channels and use cases, because this is the last part before we jump into the demo.
Question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Go back to the connectors. Like it resembles the list of connectors that we currently have in Datorama. So do you think that, I'm not saying that we will have exactly the same ones, but would they cover the same scope? Because in Datorama we have like 120 something native connectors. So do you have any information about it?
I don't have information about it. I mean, those slides which I'm presenting at the moment, they are from Genie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, like 160 out of the box connectors. So those are from Genie presentation. So I believe that's what will actually be available sooner or later, as soon as the Genie will be broadly available across the platforms.
Thanks.
Okay.
I mean, I was advertising the next meeting, which we are also going to have by the end of the month, about Datorama. And when you take a look at the list of integrations and the process itself, it really looks similar. So
I think the list is going to be like there's going to be a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
But the Datorama tool has different functions.
Yeah, I know.
And also, I guess there's much more tools you can plug into Genie than you can plug into Datorama, because they focus on managing, analyzing marketing campaigns.
Yeah, I mean.
So the list probably is shorter for Datorama, but there's sure going to be a lot of overlap.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that it would be great to have such a long list of native connectors as in Datorama, because it really looks impressive and it makes our life easier. So keeping my fingers crossed for it.
Perfect. Okay, so because of the time, we still have 20 minutes and I want to prepare the demo. I'm going to briefly go through the channels. I mean, through the use cases and channels. But that please keep in mind that we are talking here about CDP at the moment, not really a Genie yet. So first of all, channels email powered by CDP and Journey Builder. Yeah, so use cases that will be, for example, Salesforce Plus email pilot, which happens, automate campaign for 90% utilization account, and product interest score for email personal engine over here. Some of them are launched already. Some are being pilot at the moment. But this is kind of like a use cases. I could think about tons of other use cases where we can actually just use CDP and Journey Builder. For example, even customer re-engagement, we can create a segment, and I will actually just show that segment in the demo itself. So I'm not going to really just stay on this slide for long. Now, web powered by CDP and Marketing Cloud personalization, where we can activate personalization based on CDP, identify high-value segments, Tribalizer community, personalized feed notification on homepage. That's actually under the pilot at the moment. Truth profile, product entitlement, drive product upsell personalization on homepage. The last one, which I think is super interesting as for me, because I'm a Slack user, is the Slack notification to account executives. So AEs like Kasia will receive alerts when contact on their account performs a high-value actions, is reviewing a pricing page, 2,000 plus AEs in pilot today. And then basically they just sent of AE alerts sent to recurring alerts to RVPs, and AI features coming soon as well over here. So that will be the last one. And also something what comes in, which I don't know when yet. And obviously, again, there was a disclaimer that we should base our purchasing decision based on the product, which are at the moment, not in the future. But this will be something huge, what I'm waiting for. It will be paid media coming soon, use cases. So CDP will power paid media AD campaign. Over here, I see that the pilot launch will be actually there at some point in Q1 24. I'm really looking forward into that, because that will kind of fill the gap which we are missing at the moment over there. So now I have a slide of Q&A, but before we're going to go to Q&A, I would like to briefly jump into the platform, because we still have, well, we have 18 minutes left. Just briefly just show you the platform. And I will try to even refer to Genie, I mean, what normally you would see there once Genie is out over there. So now we have a CDP. Obviously, we have our homepage, where we can quickly have a glance of what is going on, what information are being streamed into data model. We know that we have 125 data streams. We have 3,419 segments built on that. We activate this segment to 32 different activation targets. That's what we call it, but you can call it as a systems that are will be using this information over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to data streams, because this is actually where the magic happens. So first of all, we have a list of all data streams. Yeah, we see the connector type. There are only a couple of them at the moment over here, like Salesforce CRM, Marketing Cloud, some Amazon S3, which will deliver us content catalog, or some loyalty management in the form of the file. Yeah. So what I want to do, I want to open one of these and just quickly tell you what we can do with that. Yeah. So as you can see, we have all the fields which are being with information that being streamed to data model. However, CDP is not only this kind of like a dummy platform which will allow you to store information and just forget about those. Now we can also add formulas field to the data, so that will allow us to unify, I mean, to create a one single model of this information. Example, I don't know, I live at the moment, I am in Poland. So let's say I have a Polish mobile number. Sometimes people will put the number like, 3-digit dash 3 digits dash 3 digit. Some people will add international codes. So in case of Poland, that will be plus 48. And so on. So we can create formulas to unify this information. So in our data model, the number will have exactly the same style, the same type. So there will be no mismatch between those, because we can actually just unify that over here. And because I was talking about the CDP platform that is created for business user, is orientated for business user. So this is how the business user would map this data stream into the data model. This actually just we'll load in a second. So simply it's a drag and drop. We have all the information which coming to us from Salesforce CRM related to account, like account phone, whatever. We simply, if we want to, let's say, add, I'm gonna actually just have example over here. If we want to add address to, we want to map this address. So let's say billing country to billing contact address. All what we have to do is just simple click, point, and normally in the live system, I would have a save button over here, which would just allow me to do so. No coding, just simple clicks, very intuitive interface, which allows us to do that. On the top of that, what we can do is, I'm gonna just, sorry, perfect. So I was talking about the rules, yeah? So those reconciliation and matching rules, this will load in a second. So again, CDP will help us basically to find out if the information which are coming to us are related to perhaps completely new person who logged into us, or it was maybe just, it's the existing customer which we already have in our database. So this particular example we have here, matching rules, like, we are checking exact email, exact phone number, address, or combination of this, like name and phone number. Or also we can go so granular as like exact match iOS device identifier. Yeah. So as soon as person will log in, even like, to the website, or he will do any action using this iOS identifier, we will know, even though he's not going to log in to profile on the website or to application, we will know that we are dealing with the same with the existing customer, because what's the odds that someone will actually just, that there are a couple of people using the same mobile number? Yeah. Not only that, we are all, whenever we log into the systems or creating some profiles, we all sometimes do some mismatch in when we type in our email, when we type in our name. Thanks to this rule, fuzzy name and normalized email, we can quickly just fight with those mistakes, which means that system will recognize, algorithm behind that will actually just match all other rules, and we will actually make decision if we actually dealing with new person or with person who already exist in the database. And the reconciliation rules, yeah, that example which I was talking about during the slide presentation. So when we change the address, when we change the mobile number or any other piece of information that we store in our system, yeah, like, okay, I can go now in the time where people can work remotely. I can go to, for example, Gdańsk or any other city, European city, and work from there for 2-3 months, make some purchases, orders, etc. Should we update this record, this address right now, or maybe we should wait in time, or maybe we should actually just create a sequence number, so from only the one system which we use, we can actually treat it as the one which has always the good information. So we can through those reconciliation rules, we can work on that. And on the right, simple kind of summary that, yeah, we stuffed platform with 79 million, more than 79 million profiles, and through consolidation rules. So thanks to all those rules, we were able to actually just see that we are dealing only with 22.65 million profiles instead of this nearly 80 million, as you can see over there. Okay. Now the very another part of CDP, which is super interesting, is a calculated insights, which allows us to build those queries to see to properly analyze and get some insights about the platform. So let's say lifetime value. Over here, this is the expression, which normally if you are a technical user, you will write yourself. However, with CDP platform, you don't really have to, because there is an option to use this graphical interface, and I'm going to actually just show you, yeah, create with builder, where we actually just, once we click on that one, that will open another page where we can simply just click the objects that we want to work with, do the calculation, and in the proper kind of a graphical interface, we can build those without need of writing this code, which I was just presenting a second ago. Now, so how does this unified profile looks like? We can. I'm going to actually just click over here on this profile, because this is the screenshot of the profile, which will load in a second. You will see this is actually just magic of CDP. Yeah? So all the information in one single place. Yeah, we have our calculated insights, the one I actually showed you literally a second ago. The calculation is done over here. We have all this information. Loyalty systems, everything presented on one single screen, including even the customer preferences if they opt in for emails, SMS messages, or regular posts if there is a need to send this. And this bit, which is actually over here, it's super interesting. It's simply engagement timeline, where we can see all this information about activity done by our customers, by our prospects. Yeah. So if someone clicked something on application, if someone clicked something on on the website, if someone actually accessed website through mobile device, we can all see that. We can see all the activity, and with Genie, we will be able to see that literally in the real time and present this information to other platforms like Service Cloud and so on. So this will be a massive game changer over here. And the last but not least is our segmentation. So I'm going to actually just use one of the segments over here, which is already prepared because of the time, where we have a segment. I'm going to edit the rules. Again, platform is super orientated for business user. Again, if we want to actually build, not this, I wouldn't call that a super advanced segment. However, it is quite good. So over here we have a customer re-engagement. So what we do, we have a rules that okay, any engagement on the website, which was done before the 12th of September, or email with the same date and gender equal to male, we would like to actually just create a segment of that and channel preference email. Yeah. So what that's gonna do? That's gonna from the whole database is gonna just give us the people who match these rules, and we can then present this segment to Journey Builder in Marketing Cloud, for example, and start automation and start sending some newsletters and trying to kind of make that customers to re-engage. However, because this is obviously the very intuitive, very user-friendly platform, we can add elements to this. Let's say if we don't want to contact people who have high priority case open with service desk, yeah. So all what we have to do is just drag and drop this element. Obviously, just click OK. We have at least one case with value high, and then pretty much just we can create a logic so the people who have at least one case with priority high will be excluded from this segment, or they will not be getting communication until this case is solved. Yeah. So that's how easy it is to play around with CDP. On the top of that, super interesting Tableau Insights, where we can have customer profile dashboards, where we can just see, we can visualize all this information in one place. Like, okay, this is the example of a retail company, Northern Trial Outfitter, so we can see user interest. Like we can just click on that. We can just go through different details of our data in one single place. It's quite cool, including segmentation insight with Einstein. And again, this with Genie will be all done in literally what you call it, millisecond. Very last thing is the CDP integration partners. We have all those kind of connectors here, as you can see, partner types, all very common and more very known brands and systems and platforms are over here. So we can actually just leverage this from the CDP, as you can see over here. Okay, because we have 6 minutes left, so maybe I'm gonna stop here, and maybe I'm gonna just if you have any questions that I could potentially answer, me or Kasia, then probably that's the right time to ask.
Do you have any questions? People in Warsaw or
online?
Or online, exactly. Just let me check.
If not, then I can use this 5 minutes to show you one more bit of CDP, which is in the platform called Data Actions.
Hi, can you hear me? I have a question.
Yeah, we can hear you very well.
Thanks. I have a question about these connectors, out-of-the-box connectors that you mentioned in your presentation. Is it something already available in CDP, or is it something within foreseeable time frame?
You see, I have to double check that, okay? Because this was not the part of the demo before. That was added just recently. So I would have to actually just check what is that, if that's available straight away, or maybe actually it is, yeah, because you see once you click on it, it brings you to App Exchange and you can get it now. Okay. So that's pretty much just so all these connectors will be available.
Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Any other questions?
No, there are no questions here, at least. I don't see any.
Okay. So that's fine, to be honest. Like we are nearly on the time. I'm just trying to see if I can quickly go back to the presentation, but I can't because it just simply. Okay, doesn't really matter right now. So yeah, so that's me. I hope that this presentation helped you a little bit understand what Genie is and then how it will change, how it's gonna actually just change the whole. It's a game changer pretty much. There's no solutions out there which will pretty much just allow you to interact with data, to collect all this information, to analyze them through Einstein in the real time. So yeah, so this is definitely something what will make a massive change for Salesforce for the next at least 10 years. We will be actually just the key players out there, yeah?
Wojciech, thank you very much for this in-depth presentation. I have actually one question from my side. I'm wondering whether there are already some plans for official accreditation for Genie. Currently, we have CDP accreditation in place. Do you think that there will be another one?
I believe at some point, yes. I don't have any official or even unofficial information when that's going to happen. But yeah, no, absolutely. I don't see the other way, to be honest, not to provide some sort of accreditation or some additional information or maybe some certification related to this, especially that this is a massive improvement, enhancement to Salesforce ecosystem. So at some point, yes, I believe, and it's not going to happen within a month or two. We're probably talking here about at least few quarters before such accreditation will be released, prepared.
Any other comments? Did you enjoy the session? Silence.
Silence. Maybe everyone are just shocked.
Yeah, and they are thinking how much we all need to learn now.
Yes, that's actually just that's something what always comes with Salesforce, that the changes and the additions to the product portfolio, acquisitions and whatever, that pretty much just forces everyone who are involved in the in ecosystem to constantly learn, develop, and just this is how it is.
So let me just show you the audience here in Warsaw. So people were
Hello,
listening.
everyone.
Yeah.
Good to see you all. Next time, I hope to see you all in person.
Yeah. So thank you very much once again. I believe we can now close the meeting. In case you have some after thoughts or questions, I believe you can share them on our online community. If you are not a member of it, please sign up. Also, you can share them with me, then I can distribute it and share with Wojciech, so we could prepare some answers for you. But
absolutely,
continue having those conversations. I was organizing this event not as as the end of the so to say training and education, but rather as a beginning of this journey. So.
Yeah, and absolutely, like in some time when we will actually have as a solution engineers the proper access, and we will be able to do a proper Genie demo, not based on CDP platform as I did today. Definitely, such a session would be probably organized by Maciek, and we can then just share it with you guys.
Thanks.
All right. Perfect.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye bye.